Hello, everyone, and welcome back to White Coat Chronicles with me, your host, Tori. So today it is currently June 11th, 4:39 p.m. if you must know. Very weird time of the day. I really don't like the hours between 3 and 6. I don't know what to do with myself, but it's a special day because in exactly 2 months from today, I will be starting medical school. So, I was recently listening to one of my favorite podcasts, The Psychology of Your 20s by Jenna SBEG. I don't know. I can't pronounce her last name. And one of her episodes was about like how to start a podcast in your 20s. And I'm really glad I listened to it because yes, here I am. Obviously, I started a podcast, but I feel like I kind of forgot why I did. And it's for many reasons, but one of the main reasons is just to have for me. And I feel like I tried to keep doing episodes that like other people would be interested in, which obviously you have to do. But I just want to take it back to home base for one episode and make this episode kind of for myself to look back on in 2 months and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was us 2 months ago. So we're going to get into it today, just talking about how I feel 2 months out of medical school, where I am now, what I'm thinking, my fears, what I'm excited about, and yeah. But before we get into that, we are doing high-low piccolo. So hi, if you didn't tell, I was absent for a week. I wanted to pre-record something, but I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not there yet. So I was just away on a cruise this past week. It left from New York and went to Bermuda. It was amazing. It was just a high. I was with my family and my little sister's boyfriend. We all stayed in a room together, and it honestly felt like a spring break trip, but with my family. Like, I have not been on a cruise over the age of 21 yet. And let me just tell you, with the drinking package, it is dangerous. Not only the drinking package, but also like all of the things that there is to do. There's so much to do on a cruise, and I fear to admit I was out until the hours of 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and 6 a.m. every night. I'm not going to say I'm not proud of it. Like, whatever. I enjoyed myself, but I faced the consequences when I got home. I was out for like 2 days. We got back Sunday, slept all day. Monday, slept all day. Tuesday kind of was better, and then today's like my first day that I've fully recovered, and that is why we're back to recording. But it was awesome. I met a lot of cool people, and yeah, it was just kind of like the diversion from whatever routine I had going on here that I needed. And it's just great spending family time. Like, this was our last big family vacation before we go away. I'm going to medical school. My little sister is starting college at Fairfield. And my parents are going to be empty nesters. So it was kind of a celebration of that. It was my sister's 18th birthday on the cruise, so we celebrated that. It was my dad's birthday a month ago. So we were celebrating a lot of things. And it was awesome to be all together. And I could talk about it for ages. But yes, my high was my vacation I just went on. Okay, low. It just took me a couple seconds to think about that because everything has been pretty good, but there's always something to talk about. And I hate to be like, no lows over here, all good. But one thing I will say is when I got back from the cruise, I was just on my phone a lot more than I was on vacation. And just on Instagram, it seems as though everyone is in Europe. And I feel like it always happens over the summer. Like, my feed's just like, oh, my Italian summer, Nice, France, all of these like beautiful, glamorous vacations. And it's making me regret not planning something just like by myself going away before I start med school. But it honestly just didn't happen. It wasn't in the cards, but Instagram is dangerous during the summer because as much as I love the summer, everyone loves the summer, I feel like there's also so much pressure to do things. Like, even though most people are still working over the summer, it seems as though everyone's doing so much more and posting about it, and everyone's outside having the best time of their lives. And my days are still like pretty normal. I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary except just being outside more, but I don't know. Yeah, Instagram has been bothering me lately, so maybe I should stay off of that for a little bit. Okay, and lastly, Piccolo is, I guess, fitting for today. I just got microneedled, my second microneedling appointment. I started a month ago and I got like a package of 3, and I'm doing it again next month for my final round, I guess you would say. And this time around, it is bad. My face is like, the skin is peeling off in every direction. I have little bumps of like blood everywhere on my face. I haven't like done anything today because it actually looks scary. And I don't know why it didn't happen to me the time before. I think it's because the esthetician was like going lighter because she just wanted to maybe like prime my skin before she goes deeper, but she definitely went deep this time. And I hope it's okay by tomorrow because I'm going away with my girlfriends and am probably going to be in the sun, but I will be hiding my face from the sun because you like cannot be, your face cannot be in the sun after you get microneedled. But just like really scary looking right now, guys. But that's why I love podcasts, because you don't have to see my face, at least not yet. Okay, and now continuing with the fun little health fact for the week. So I saw this yesterday, but it definitely stuck with me because I got the microneedling done today. But I saw on the news that stem cells are now, it literally, the title is stem cells are now on the spa menu. And this isn't good because they're not FDA approved yet. And even the things that I use on my skin, I use exosomes after I get microneedled every day. And they're supposed to be really great and regenerative because basically, like, quick summary, exosomes are the things, little vesicles that I'm like questioning myself. I didn't write anything down. I'm just going from memory. Okay. Biology 101. Exosomes are like the little vesicles that travel between cells, giving different signals, and they hold like growth factors and stuff like that. So whenever you apply it to your skin after it has this controlled damage on it from microneedling, it just aids in the healing process. Whew, nobody fact checked me on that. I don't know about that, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty accurate. But basically, stem cells, the treatment has been used for quite a bit to treat certain cancer patients with blood cancers. And that is what they are approved for. But they are not yet approved for spa treatments. And they're being used quite often. Like, even where I worked, we use stem cell therapy for people with like bad knees, bad joints, back pain. And there is a lot of, what's the word? Convincing evidence for it. But it's just not FDA approved yet. So there is a bit of risk. I don't know. This isn't something I'm like super passionate about. Like, don't use stem cells because it's not FDA approved yet. The only thing that bothers me is that they are so expensive. And they're expensive for a reason. Like, there's a lot of science that goes into isolating stem cells, most of the times from placenta or umbilical cords, because they have to get rid of all the person's genes and stuff that it came from. But I mean, it's done by humans, and like everything, humans can make errors. So if anyone listening to this is thinking about stem cell replacement, or even in like a spa, medical spa way, just do your research. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because it was a little relevant to me. Okay, now on in to the episode, how I'm feeling before I start exactly 2 months from now. So like always, my episodes aren't scripted, so I kind of just speak from the heart, which I love. It could change because I know good podcasters do like script their episodes, but I think the first thing that comes to mind is sad. I'm still feeling a little sad about starting, as hypocritical, or I don't know if that's the right word, as that may sound. I know most people are going to be like, oh, you should be so happy you got in, which obviously I am, but I'm still sad because it's a big change, and moving to Ohio is going to be different. And this gap year, I feel like I have truly, truly fallen in love with New York. In my hometown, I found my little places that I love. I have my workout places that I love, my coffee places, all of that. And then New York City, going in almost every weekend to see my friends. Like, I just have really embraced New York this year. So I'm really sad to be leaving New York. I'm also sad to be leaving my family. I have always been someone that has had a great relationship with my family. I mean, not during high school. I think I hated my parents during high school, but ever since college, I just feel like I've gotten so close to my parents. I see them in a different light now and see everything they've done for me and my sister. And as bad as this sounds, they're more like friends to me now. And I know that kind of happens in life, but I think I'm gonna cry when they drop me off. And like, I do a lot of things on my own, and I've traveled by myself, and I don't even think I cried when my parents dropped me off at college, but I'm definitely going to cry this time around. I'm just so sad to leave them, especially because we've just had like such good memories, and not like out and about doing things, but like me and my dad watched this really good movie last night, eating Chinese food on the couch, and he just looked at me. He's like, I'm never going to forget the summer of 25 when Tori was home all the time. And I'm like, believe me, I won't forget either. And just me and my mom going on walks and like chit-chatting and gossiping about all the tea. Like, I love it. I love it. And me and my sister just going on random drives. Like, I really am going to miss my family. And I think that's normal. Also, friend-wise, I am nervous, as I'm sure a lot of people are, to be meeting a whole different group of people. Even though, like, on the flip side, I'm super excited. I'm going to be surrounded by people that are very like-minded. And I feel like the high school I went to was kind of like one tier, and then the college I went to was like another tier, and now this is like the top tier of like, this sounds kind of weird, but like weeding out people that aren't like me, and now I'm being with like the most like-minded people that I have been with my whole life. So I'm very excited about that, but obviously just like the little butterfly feeling about meeting new people. Even though I am an extrovert and a social butterfly, I'm also normal and I'm scared. I don't know. I'm gonna like I was just about to speak, but this all sounds super negative, but just I'm gonna get like the bad stuff over with about what I'm feeling, and then I'm gonna go to the good stuff. So just keep the hopes up. But I want to be honest. Another thing I'm really nervous about is just all the content that I'm going to be taking in. I have not studied this entire year for anything except my phlebotomy course, but that was just different. That was easy. And I fear like a lot of the people coming in have just graduated college and like everything's fresh in their mind, and I'm a wee bit behind. I just hope it comes back to me. And a goal of mine is to not be like my typical type A self when I get to medical school. I'll always have that with me, but just in terms of like grades, I really want to try to not push myself to a breaking point and just pass. As bad as that may sound, I think that's what I need, because my whole life I've been pushing myself to get like 100s on everything, and I ended up crashing and burning. So, I mean, I think it's what got me to med school. Like, you have to be that like headstrong person, but I just want to like maybe try to give myself more grace in med school about not getting everything right away. Okay, may sound silly, but the food, I have been loving my food. I love everything I've been eating, and just kind of what I said before, like in New York, I didn't appreciate it before. Like, we have such good food, and like even on the cruise that I was just on, the food was great, but even at like the fanciest restaurants on the cruise, I'm just like, New York is better. Like, the food is amazing, and I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna have to be chefing up a lot on my own, which I don't know. I've seen some people in med school, they're like, do the meal plans or like get Factor or HelloFresh. I don't know if I'll ever be one of those girls that does that, but I'm gonna miss the food. But yeah, those are the like scared, fear, nervousness aspects of how I feel 2 months before med school. But also I want to talk about like what I've been into just at this time. So something that has been keeping me so sane and grounded ever since I quit my job is reading. I have always been into reading, but I never would be like, oh yeah, like I'm a bookworm, like I'll always have a book on me. Like, no, I just like to read. But this summer I am a bookworm. I go everywhere with my books, and like I can't even describe the feeling like after reading. It just keeps me so mellow and calm throughout the day. Like today from 12 to 3, I finished the last book I have in A Court of Thorns and Court of Thorns and Roses series. I think I've tried to say that like in almost every episode and I can't. I just finished A Court of Wings and Ruins today. That has been my favorite one by far. But I don't know. Despite my favorite books and whatnot, I can say that this time, like right now, 2 months before med school, I am really, really enjoying reading, not to learn anything, but to just like enjoy myself. I don't know. It takes me away. I like it better than TV, hot take. I just love it. I've also been super on my workout grind 2 months before now. I mean, I'm a little off the wagon. I didn't work out at all on the cruise. I like went on some walks with my mom, but that was about it. And I've been sick these past couple of days. Today was my first recovery day, but I'm really, really happy with the routine and almost like relationship I've developed with exercising, because before I feel like it would always be like a little bit of a punishment. Like, okay, I have to work out. Like I have to do this. I have to do that. But now it's like, I really do understand when people say like, once you start, you can't stop. I don't know if I'd say it's an addiction, maybe kind of. I mean, the endorphins that are released after can create an addiction, but in a good way. I love it. Super happy. I feel like I know what's working for my body. I know everyone says different things. Like if I hear a Pilates thing one more time, I might rip my hair out. I'm not doing Pilates. So sorry for anyone that likes Pilates. I actually haven't tried it yet, so I really can't talk. But I just found what works good for my body, and that consists of walking a lot, running a couple times a week, like not super far distances, maybe like 5 miles the most, the absolute most, and lifting weights, like lifting heavy weights is just game changing for me and my body. Like I've seen the muscles grow, and it's really amazing, honestly, how our body works like that. And then I always try to do berries either once or twice a week because it just leaves me feeling so good. Like I'm doing berries tomorrow in the morning before we leave for the Cape, and I know that'll like keep me going the whole weekend we're away. I also have taken so much time for myself and self-care 2 months out. Like, I can't believe I'm getting microneedled. I've gotten lip fillers. I do face masks like twice a week. I have a hair mask in once a week. And it sounds so extra, but I've never been like this. Like, I always just do the bare minimum. Like, I'll always look somewhat put together, but I'm not someone that will like do their makeup every morning and like know all the best hair products and this and that. Like I have mostly drugstore products, but I really have been putting the time into kind of just figuring out what works for me. So for example, I got my hair cut short before I graduated college in 2024. And after that, when it started growing back, it's gotten really like wavy and curly, and I hated it. I would just blow dry it after every shower, and I'm like, oh my God, go back to being straight, because my hair always dried pin straight. But then I'm like, you know what? We're not going to try to change it. Let's just embrace it and try to embrace the curls and the waves. So I found some products that I put in my hair after I get out of the shower and like crunch it up, and I'm really liking the natural wavy look. And like on the cruise, I didn't touch my hair once, like in terms of blow drying or straightening it. And I felt so like pretty and beachy and just natural. Like I feel like I look very natural in the way that I figured out how to do my hair. So love that. I have been experimenting with makeup, but in terms of like how to apply blush and bronzer better, I feel like I'm still trying to work on that. But I don't know. Moral of the story is I'm spending more time figuring out what works for me, like the type of clothes that work for me, what my skin craves, what my body craves. And it's nice because I've never put that much time into myself before, but I am really putting in the work now because I have the time and I like that stuff. I also have been loving eating at home a lot. I mean, I'll probably go out like at least once or twice a week, maybe for lunch or dinner with friends. But majority of my meals I eat at home, and I just feel so much better that way. Like, I know people can relate to this. Like, when you eat at home, you just feel better. Even if it's like making pasta and sauce, still it's your pasta and sauce. So you know what's going into it and it feels better. So I've been trying to do that as much as I can. My go-to thing every single morning, I still do this. I have my smoothie, and that is with different types of frozen berries, 2 scoops of the Naked Whey protein powder, a scoop of peanut butter, some chia seeds, any like almond milk or oat milk I have in my house, and a scoop of Greek yogurt. And it, like, I don't know, when I started really working out more and just like kind of leaning out, I just felt like the smoothie did it for me. I don't know. It's a great thing to have before I worked out in the morning because it doesn't leave you feeling super heavy, but you're getting so much nutrients right when you wake up. And especially if you add spinach to that. I haven't had spinach in my house, so I haven't been doing that, but you get fruit, you get protein, you get the different vitamins from spinach. The chia seeds have so many things in them that are good for you. And yeah, it's just kind of nice to put all good things, blend them together, and drink it as soon as you get up. Another thing that I am feeling in this time before I start medical school in 2 months, I have to keep saying that just to like keep me on track of what I'm trying to say, but I've been feeling selfish. I am in my selfish era. And I'm sorry if it offends anyone, if I've been bad to anyone. No, I don't think it's affected anyone really, but I just I don't know. I feel like I didn't realize how much of a people pleaser I was until this cruise, where I was just like afraid to say certain things to people because I didn't want them to look at me a certain way. And then I don't know. I got back home and I had a therapy session and I was just like, oh my gosh, everyone always talks about like being a people pleaser and this and that, but I never really thought I was, but I am. And I feel like I am being selfish when it comes to certain plans. If I don't want to do them, I'm not going to do them. If I don't want to spend the money, I'm not going to spend the money. And like with my family, I really feel like I need to be more selfish because I try to do a lot for my family, as I should. Like I'm living at home and they're funding a lot of my things, but just in terms of like always wanting to be there and like feeling bad if I'm not like up talking to them, like I don't need, like I get FOMO if I'm not with my family sometimes. So just being a little more selfish, and there's no really good way to make this come off, but yeah, being selfish because I need to be, I want to be, and there's like to a certain extent, you know, but yeah, selfish era, no boys over here, no boys for Tori, guys, no boys for Tori is all I can say. There were some instances, but none. I have also been on my therapy grind. And I know so many people are like afraid to talk about this, but it has just been like a life changer for me. It's game changing, whatever you want to call it, but I do therapy once a week. And I really I really feel the progress inside. I feel like I have been using the tools that I've been taught, and my anxiety has gotten so much better. And I just have like a different outlook on life. Like things aren't that deep. Like life is beautiful and we're put on this world for only so long. And we're supposed to have fun and we're supposed to do what we love. And this just calms me down whenever I get stressed about mostly medical school and stuff like that. And if I ever just like go on a walk or am outside, I just like look around me and I'm like, this is so funny. Like, why am I stressing about medical school? There is so much else. And I kind of talked about this a little bit in another episode, but yeah, really, really been appreciating therapy and love it. At this point, before medical school, I've also been super into like scrapbooking. My best friend, My3, got me this book for my 21st birthday, and she called it Tori's Adventure Book, and I'm looking at it right now. I love it. And she kind of started it off for me, putting like different pictures of us in the different places that we've traveled. And I kind of just been continuing on with it, and not only just pictures, but I like save little things like plane tickets, or like for this cruise, I saved an arcade ticket that I got that says the cruise line. I saved our like little excursion ticket where we went on an excursion in Bermuda, and I saved my room key, and I like put all that stuff in there. I don't know. I love it. I love to have all that stuff in one place, because I used to have a box just like filled with things from when I was super, super little, and it just got to be too much because I wanted to see more recent things. So that's been my recent thing, and that's been really, really nice. A cute little arts and craft thing to do. Up until now, I've also been really liking making reels on either the podcast TikTok account or the podcast Instagram account. It's just so fun for me because I feel like I've always admired influencers, certain ones, and especially like med school influencers. And I just got like super into it. I love the day in my life stuff. I love just like actually showing what I do. But I think I'm going to take a little break from them because I realized that that's not like why I'm doing this podcast to post reels. Like, I think I'm just going to do it more for fun on TikTok and maybe make the Instagram more like just about the podcast. But that was stepping way out of my comfort zone, posting it publicly for all the followers that I have on my real Instagram account to see. And like, I have a lot of people from different parts of my past on my Instagram, and I'm just like kind of cringing thinking of some of the people watching it, but whatever. That's what we got to do. Okay. I've also been cleaning a lot up until now. I think it's honestly just because I have more time since I quit my job, but I am keeping this house spotless, from filling up all the Keurig cups to scrubbing the bathroom toilets. Like, I have been loving just like clean space. And I know my parents appreciate it because they've been working a lot recently. So yeah, I do that a lot. And yeah, that's kind of everything just that comes to mind when I'm recording this. I want to do this whenever I'm a month out before med school. And hopefully by then I've tried a couple of new things. That's obviously what I wanted to do this whole gap year. I wanted to learn a language. I wanted to take up dance classes again, this and that. Did any of that happen? No, it didn't. And am I disappointed in myself? A little. But I also realized that like if I really wanted to do those things, I would have done them. I just think like what I really want to do is just relax, and I'm finally realizing it and coming to terms and accepting it. Like, my whole life I've filled my schedule with different things, and with fun things and with things that had to be done. And just the fact that like my days are not planned has been really hard in the beginning, like not having a routine, but I think it's exactly what I needed because I am loving it. I feel the boredom all the time, but I find the things that I like to do with that boredom. And for me, it's been reading. Like, that's kind of what I'm circling back to, is really, really been reading. And if you have any good book recommendations, please let me know. I think the next little TikTok thing I want to make is like all the books I've read during my gap year. Yeah, because that's been a big part of it. But yeah, that's everything, guys. Sorry if this was a little all over the place. Maybe I should start scripting these because I literally just like record something, pause, think, record something, pause, think. But that's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm doing it up until now. I want to, like I said, do another one of these a month out. But yeah, I'm happy to do this podcast. I'm happy to be back after a week away, but really happy to be doing this particular episode because it's just bringing me back to why I wanted to start this podcast in the first place. And it's to have a place for me to look back on at 1.2. And I'm really curious. I know I'll be really curious, like in a couple months from now or even a year from now, what I thought before I started medical school. So I hope this was interesting or just something to play in the background for you. But that's everything from me. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.